What is up, my fellow Chibits? Today I'm going to bring all of you an anime first impressions from a new series from Summer of Anime 2016 by Studio Ufotable called Tales of Zestiria. Now please forgive me if I'm saying that last part of the name completely wrong, but this is a series I have been excited to watch since I heard of its anime announcement. I'm going to give a brief little backstory here. So, I am a big fan of Ufotable. I think everybody knows that by now. I love what Ufotable does. I love the works they do when they make anime. But also, I do love the Tales games. Now, I haven't played every single Tales game. I'll be the first to admit that. But I really was a big fan of Tales of Vesperia. I love that game. I played the fuck out of that game. I loved that RPG game. And I know that Tales, games, they actually have their own story and individual type of games that come out. And I know Zestiria is like its own game. It doesn't relate to anything, as I know of, to Vesperia. But still, I was really excited to see another Tales game. And in an anime format, I was just so fucking hyped to actually see a Tales game actually animated. And by all studios, Studio Ufotable. So when it got announced, I was just excited because, for one, if you kind of know, Studio Ufotable, they put a lot of quality into their work. They really go in when it comes to CGI, fighting, animation art. It looks absolutely stunning and beautiful, and probably one of the contenders for the best animated series of that year. And so I was kind of excited because I know that Tales of Zestiria was going to be beautiful. I instantly knew. Now, my main concern was, how was the adaptation going to be? Was it going to be good? Was it going to be bad? That was the thing I was kind of worried about, because sometimes Studio Ufotable, even though they're a very good studio, they do make mistakes here and there when it comes to adaptations, and so I was kind of curious on how they would handle this. And so far from what I've seen from individual comments that many Chibits have said to me on YouTube, Twitter, and stuff, that today, when it came out, many have said that the episode is a little bit fast-paced, but it's nothing necessarily too bad. So I'm really happy to just hear that overall. I'm very happy to hear it was just a little bit fast-paced, which I saw it myself when I was watching the episode. But besides that, however, the sound and also the animation and art was just absolutely stunning. So let's talk about it. Studio Ufotable. They bring us a new anime series, and I knew that it was going to be a good watch before I even sat down to watch it. And when I sat down to watch it, I was just stunned by the no-chill status that they had while making this fucking episode. If this episode lets us know anything, is that we can expect some pretty crazy shit in the future. For one, I haven't seen animation like this and art like this since Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. Now, many could argue and say God Eater had some good art and animation, which it did. Oh, God Eater looked absolutely beautiful. It did. But it wasn't to that level as, let's say, a Fate series was. And now looking at this Tales, it reminds me a lot of how the style was with, Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. And as you all know, the nickname to that series was called Fate Stay Night Unlimited Budget Works, and that's what the big nickname around that series was. And now thinking about it, what type of nickname could you give this Tales, series? I guess we could call it Tales of an Unlimited Budget. I guess that's what you could probably call, this series right now, because after what Ufotable just did in this episode. Now, I will say the presentation of the series, what is it about? Because that's probably why you're wanting to watch. It's like, what is it about? Should I watch it? And can I, dive into this without playing any of the games or anything? From my understanding, yes, you can. You could dive right into Tales of Zestiria without even playing any of the other games. You don't need to play Vesperia, and from my understanding, you don't need to play the actual game either. This episode was entirely just the prologue being animated, the prologue of the game. We didn't even really get to meet the main character of the game in this episode, so that just goes to show you they were just wanting to spend the entire first episode on the setup, the foundation of this anime, so it's kind of just like introducing you to the world. Now, it has supernatural elements, it does have a lot of action, and if you love action, you can expect a lot of action in this episode. It also has, I guess, probably some comedy. It might have comedy, I have no idea, but it could possibly have comedy, and it does seem like it'll have some pretty epic world building. I mean, if I know anything from when it came to Tales of Vesperia, it had some really good world building, so I'm expecting some really good world building in this series as well. So, one thing I need to ask all of the Chibits that have played the games, if you have played the original game, can I ask you real quick, how was this adaptation in terms of staying true to the original source? Like I already said earlier on, I heard it was a little bit fast, but it was mainly just the prologue, and I'm just curious, how was it? Now, besides that, however, I'm super fucking excited to see what's gonna happen next, because I love the setup so far from what we got. We got this, like, mysterious fog in the sky that's causing problems, and it wipes out an entire fucking town. Some form of dragons near the ley lines and comes out of the damn ground and starting to fly around and all that. Pretty badass, too. I like the way the CGI was done, and that's kind of fucking stunning. Usually when I think of CGI, I think of something very rigid, something like, you know, Berserk. That's what I think of. And when I was watching this episode, there was a scene when there was water. It's towards the beginning of the episode. I'll probably have it on the screen for you to see it for yourself. There was water. And this water, oh my fucking god, this water, that is the most realistic water I have ever seen in an anime. That looks absolutely stunning. This water is just crazy. It blows my mind how that is CGI. That is fucking CGI, and I'm saying that's good CGI, not sarcastically. Usually when I say good CGI, it's sarcastic, but that's good CGI. And then the fighting, some of the fights in this episode, when you just see our princess fighting these thieves and stuff, or assassins, and she's going all in with a fucking lance, I was just like, boy, this is like a female lancer. It's just so badass, dude. Just seeing her going, kicking ass and all that, just the fighting, the way the movement was done, it felt like there was someone that was actually recording their movements. Like, you know how films do it, to where they record their movements to make animation and stuff? That's what it looked like to me. It looked like Ufotable hired some, like, stunt people that could do stunts and stuff and movements and fighting, and they recorded that, and then they threw animation on top of it. That's how some of the scenes looked. It looked absolutely stunning when I saw some of these scenes animated, like the fight scene, like the princess fighting like the assassins that are coming to try to kill her or whatever. That is the best scene, one of the best scenes of the fucking episode. But then, one scene that just made me just drop all, like, my emotions just like, whoa, my mouth hit the damn floor, was when you see the smoke hitting the ground, and it's moving, tearing up everything, just demolishing everything around it. And as it's moving, you see the background moving with these clouds and shit, and you see how our princess is riding on a horse. It looks so fucking amazing. It looks absolutely amazing when you just see that shit going on in this episode. I was like, bro, that unlimited budget is back. It's fucking back. They definitely are not holding back when it comes to this series, because that background alone, when you see her running on the horse and you just see the twister just coming around, destroying everything, you see the smoke and particle effects, the lightning and shit, I was like, oh, this is too good. So, I gotta say, so far, Tales of Zestiria, I knew it was going to be good, but it exceeded my expectations, and also it's a plus since I'm a fan of a Tales game, Tales of Vesperia. I'm really interested to see where this series will go. So, yeah, I'm excited. Definitely a series I'm glad will be coming out on a Sunday. It's a great day. I mean, a very good day. I mean, weekends seem to be very good. Look, Friday we got JoJo Day. Saturday, we got Tokyo Ghoul and other series like Food Wars coming out. And then, on top of that, we have on today, we have this. We have ReZero and Tales of Zestiria. Just really good series right there. Just really good series on all three of these days. So I'm glad that summer season has begun. It seems to already be a way better season than the last season. Definitely, in my opinion. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.